Hello, hello. It is day 248 of my 365-day raw suspending disbelief journey. It is December 26th, 2024, and today was really just like a reset a little bit. No, I'm not jumping back into work, I'm not doing any of that, but last night we stayed up insanely late after we got home from my mom's, and we were talking until all hours of the morning. My uncle and I, and Cadence was like observing and stayed up and did the most random things while she was just sort of listening into her, I don't know what you would even call it. Like, it was more than just talking. We were exploring all these different concepts and whatever. So we just had, it was super interesting conversation, and stayed up way too late. um so today, I mean, just slept way in, like, ridiculously late. I mean, I had said, like, Christmas Eve, I was up till something stupid like 3 in the morning. And then, now yesterday for Christmas, it was like 2, 2 or later again. Um, and so I slept most of I slept all morning. I even slept a little bit into the afternoon. I can't remember exactly what time it was when I got up, but it was like closer to 1 p.m., I think. So not my normal time frame at all. Felt very backwards and a little out of it and loopy and whatever, just from sleeping during the day and being up all night and, all of these things. And really just felt like when I got up, I was like, okay, I'm not even going to drink coffee because it's afternoon and I want to be able to go to bed tonight. And so I'm just going to, you know, refresh my energy and reset myself and sort of all of these things. So I did like some energy clearing, and I did some meditation, and I moved my body, and I did all of these things that just took care of myself, and definitely felt so much more recovered, and um realized that while I don't necessarily want to work during these holidays, at least not client facing and interactive and all of that. But while I don't necessarily want to do that too much, and if I do work, I only want it to be on like back end stuff and whatnot. I do want to have routine, and it just feels so crappy when I'm off my routines. So that couple of days was just, yeah, I mean, today and yesterday and the day before, even, like, everything was just so screwy and off and late, and going to bed late, getting up late, all of the things, and just felt icky, and it doesn't feel good in my body to be on that schedule and on that pattern anymore. But it's very easy for me to fall into. I'm a natural night owl, so if I let myself do it once or twice, it can be really hard to get out of that loop. um and actually, it's really brilliant, because I know that, like, I have these tools in my tool belt to get out of it now. And that's the big difference from the past, right? So, knowing, like, for example, that when my kids get overtired, it's harder for them to go to sleep at night, and that actually keeping them, like, skipping their naps makes that worse and not the other way around, things like that. That kind of learning as a parent has got to the point now where I realized that actually that applies to adults too. And so if you stay up super late and then you get up by like a half decent time, which I did do, on Christmas, it was like maybe 10, right? Like, half decent time. Today was ridiculously late. So there's sort of this, what I realized was that on Christmas, by getting up at that half decent time, I really only gave myself such a short period of actual sleep that I should have, like, had a nap later in the day or something so that I could have gone to bed by a decent time again that night, which I didn't do. Which meant that because I got overtired and I was keeping myself going to be at this gathering with my family, then it became a thing where I had to um, really push myself past the edge of tiredness, which then meant I hit a second wind and I stayed up super late again. Um, so getting up at 1 p.m., obviously it was like, there's no way that I have time for a nap before a decent bedtime. But knowing that I don't need to stay up just as late again because I have to be awake for a certain number of hours or whatever, I can go to bed by a decent time tonight so that I can be up by a decent time tomorrow and sort of break this cycle. That's really powerful. That's actually really, it's exciting because in the past I would have gotten into this cycle and stayed in this cycle for probably the whole Christmas holiday break, but even beyond that, I would have been really struggling with getting back into school schedules. And I realized today I'm not willing to do that. And I'm going to really take the knowledge that I've gleaned over these years of being a mother and like apply it and just get myself back on a good schedule. And not even allow myself, I'm so tempted and already feeling so pulled to like get some work done, and I'm not even allowing myself to do that until I have really taken care of my needs and my self-care and all of that kind of thing each day. That is, I've made sort of a deal with myself that like you do not touch work things unless you have done all of the meditation and movement and everything that your body, mind, and soul desires and is feeling called to. And if you didn't get up till 1 p.m. and that means that that's all you do that day, then that's all that you do that day, because you need to reset. And so I'm really sticking to that. And yeah, I am proud of that, and I think that that's a good, like, I I'm looking at this going, I have a few more days left with the two younger kids gone. I would like to actually enjoy them, not just sleep through them and be up all night and be in this miserable and icky energy in my body and all of that. So I am going with that plan and I'm sticking with that, and I'm excited about that. So that is what I have for you today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.